Hey everybody, it's your boy Jay Rich. You know me, Spider-Man all day, every day. Check it out. I'm here with my homie
The one and only Ishmael Street, the host of That Is Not a Noun.
and special guest, Pastor Derrick Boseman, brother of the late and great Chadwick Boseman. So, Pastor Boseman, what was your experience at the Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiere?
It was breathtaking. It was like entering. It was like going into a whole nother world.
How would you feel if they recasted T'Challa?
I would have been fine with it. Yeah, I would have been fine with it because um, Chad was not him, and he wasn't Chad. Chad was Chad was Chad. T'Challa is just a character. When Christopher Reeves had the accident, they didn't stop having Supermans.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean, they just got somebody else to play the role of Superman. I think that the role was far too important, and it was bigger than just one person because of the effect that it had on black children.
Yeah.
Like my great nephew by marriage, from watching the first Black Panther, his aspiration was to be a scientist because he saw this brilliant, elegant, articulate black man, and he said, "I can do that too."
What do you think Chadwick would have been like as a dad?
Man, he would have been fabulous. Yeah, he'd have been great because he's already patient, or he was patient. Uh, he was filled with wisdom. Um, those two qualities all by themselves, that's really what a father needs is patience and wisdom.
Mhm.
And he had those two qualities. So he would have been a great dad. Great dad.
Has everyone seen the movie, or what do they think of it?
Everyone's seen it. Everyone liked it. Of course, if you've seen it, the first 5 minutes it's like a funeral service all over again.
Yeah,
Uh, yeah, so that was that was emotional. Um, I've seen it 3 times. Um,
Mhm.
once in once in DC, well, once in LA, and then in DC at the Black Smithsonian, and then I made an appearance because this fraternity asked me to here. So
okay.
I've seen it 3 times, and I cried all 3 times.
What I thought was interesting, and I have to give creative props to, was that they kind of gave him, like, T'Challa had almost the same illness in a sense. Like they tried to like kind of like tie in, like it was
Yeah,
like it was like a
Ryan
disease.
Coogler. Ryan Coogler is a genius. Ryan
And
Coogler is
it
a
felt
genius.
real. It felt real. Like it didn't feel at that point in the beginning. It didn't feel necessarily like we were watching a movie about Black Panther. It was just a creative way of telling the events that went down. You get what I'm saying? Like it felt like,
Yeah, I mean, even the grief looked real.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, but the movie has great actors anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, all
right.
of the actors are just superb. And I have met and talked to a number of the people in the cast, and they all have this spiritual aura about themselves, and they all have really good energy. So all of them do. So I mean, all I got from them was genuineness. Just that they were really genuine people.
I remember your memorable speech at the D23, which was powerful. And when you said, yeah, you highlighted your parents, your mom and your dad, when you said it takes a queen and a king to raise a king. And then recently, the Real Dads Network honored your dad with the Legacy Award. What does legacy mean to the Boseman family?
I think that Chad became who he became because we literally were made to go to the library. We were made to read books. We were made to give a verbal and a written report about the book, which forced us to become somewhat knowledgeable.
What other iconic historic figure or superhero could you imagine Chadwick portraying?
Not another superhero. I think it would be interesting to see him play one of the real Black Panthers, like a Stokely Carmichael or Huey P. Newton.
Mm.
That would have been dope. Yeah, that would have been dope. Because what's crazy is, if I got my history right, I think that the same year that the real Black Panthers came out is the year that they wrote the Black Panther. They started writing it in that same year, 1966.
How would you feel if they had a CGI Chadwick in Wakanda Forever? Like they've done that in other movies where they superimpose someone's face onto an actor body.
I wouldn't have liked that at all. It would have been disrespectful because he's dead.
Right.
I wouldn't have liked it at all. Because I mean, to other people, he was just an actor. But to us, he was a person. Yeah, so that would have been too much.
Being a pastor, do you have a scripture that makes you think of Chadwick?
Yeah, in 2 Corinthians, Paul talks about having a thorn in his flesh, and that he prayed to God and he asked God to remove the thorn 3 times, and God did not remove the thorn, but he told him that his strength was made perfect in weakness. And I think that's what we saw with him, is that God's strength being made perfect in Chad's weakness.
Let me just say thank you, Ishmael, for being here from That Is Not A Noun. Pastor Boseman, thank you for being here with us to, answer these, all these questions.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And again, do you guys want to drop your info?
Just follow him. Just Google me. Dad Is Not A Noun. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you see Dad Is Not A Noun, that's where I'm out.
Just my name, Derrick L. Boseman, on Facebook and Instagram, and the church's Tribe of Judah Outreach Church.
Thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank y'all for having me.